Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Panther podcast. My name is Justin.
My name is Anastasia.
And we have a special guest today, Lauren.
Hi. Yeah, my name is Lauren and I'm a sophomore this year. So it's my spring of sophomore year, it's my fourth semester. And I originally applied to Chapman because I danced throughout like my whole childhood from when I was 3 to 18. I was a dancer and Chapman has a great dance program. So after doing it for so long, I kind of thought like, if I didn't keep dancing in college, I guess that it would, like all those years of doing that, like the focusing so much on one thing I sort of felt like it would go to waste if I didn't apply to college for dance. So that was my original plan, how I sort of like wound up at the school. But then it was like a few months into my senior year of high school that I kind of came to the realization that even though I'd been doing it for so long, like it wasn't clicking anymore. I used to do it because I loved it, like it was a good thing in my life, and it just wasn't anymore. Things got more
It was more like a hobby to you?
Yeah, it was more like, yeah, and then when it had to start becoming like work and stuff, it became less fun, sort of.
Okay.
And so I changed my mind about about going to school for dance. That's how I wound up undeclared at the school.
Do you know approximately how many students are undeclared at Chapman? Is there anyone you know?
Yeah, so I don't know if I know exactly how many, but there was a good amount because the orientation thing that you do, like the first week, most people do it with their majors, but like I did it with all the other undeclared people.
Oh. It's like your own major.
Exactly, yeah. They put us, and same with like for the roommates that they like assign us in freshman year, both of my roommates were also undeclared and everyone in my hall was undeclared. Oh. So I think they like kind of group you up like that. So I met a lot of people that were like also undeclared. And yeah, so now it's kind of also cool to see like where everyone's, like now we all have completely different majors. But that's kind of, I guess what's cool about it is I got to meet, you know, when you go in knowing your major and they sort of like you're in all those classes with those people. I think
you also live with the same major, right?
Yeah, and you live with the same major. Yeah, it's harder to like meet people in other who are like
diverse. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
that's sort of.
What was the point that you decided that you were going to maybe pursue in film or just to apply at Dodge?
I mean, the film school is pretty, it felt like there were like more film students than there were of like any other major. From like even the first day that I got here, there was a lot. Maybe it was just like who I wound up with, but like a ton of my friends wound up being screenwriters. So it's sort of the idea like came into my mind very, very early on. Like it was literally like orientation week that I was here that I like thought about it. And so yeah, from there I sort of started, I would take like a couple classes, film class in like different areas. Like I took like a screenwriting class once. I'm doing like 2 majors. So one of my majors is outside of the film school.
You're double major?
I am double major.
Oh my God, she went from undeclared to double major. Yeah. Look at her.
In like 1 week, I had no majors to 2. Yeah, I applied to them.
How did that look like?
I'd sort of been planning. They were the 2 majors that I wanted, so I'd been prepping for it. But the advice that I got from my advisor, who knew that I wanted to apply to documentary, was apply to documentary before you declare the other major, because for the other major I didn't have to apply, I could just like declare it right away. And he was like, you kind of want to go into the Dodge application not having another major already, like make it look like it's the first one. So
oh, because it better chances or something?
I think, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Think about it.
And so it was sort of all about, like I'd been ready to declare both. I was just waiting to hear back from Dodge if I got in. And then they actually sent me the email earlier than I was expecting. I was like sitting in my bed, like just in me and my roommate were both in there. And so it was exciting. I got to tell her like right away, and
Aw, that's sweet.
It was fun, yeah. And yeah, it was exciting.
What's your other major?
Philosophy is my other major. Yeah.
I'm taking philosophy class this semester.
And then so once I got the yes from Dodge, I declared that, and then I like immediately after declared my
Wow, so the strategy worked.
It
Nice.
worked. It did work.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you.
How did your application look like for declared major?
I think it was pretty similar to the creative supplement that most people do, like when they're originally applying. So for documentary, it's like a couple essays. You don't have to actually make a film, which I think you do for some of them. But yeah, it was.
Yep.
Well, film prod.
For documentary, it was just 2 essays. I think the first essay is like the same for all of them, where like you write about yourself basically. And then the like creative resume thing we also had to do. Yeah, and then the third essay was like, at least for documentary, it was like write about like a topic or a national topic or something that you would want to. Yeah.
Wait, a few months ago, so you got accepted only this semester?
I got accepted October.
She got accepted when I got accepted, basically, same time.
Oh, for this semester?
Yes, into this, yeah.
So this is so fresh. I thought it was last year, bro.
Yeah, it's new. It's really new. Like, this is my first full semester that I'm actually in the major.
Right. How's it going so far?
It's going it's going good. It's going good. It's going very good. I have a lot of classes to like catch up on.
Right.
So there's also like a little bit of stress with that, but I like all the classes that I'm in.
Okay, so there are a lot of majors within Chapman.
Yeah.
So what was your reasoning behind selecting documentary?
Well, I knew I liked doing stuff like creatively, like that came from dance, I think, like I said, growing up. I knew that was stuff I really liked to do. Like I kind of, in some way that needed to be a part of my life, even though I wasn't dancing as much anymore. And so that's part of also the reason why I think I was drawn towards like the film school. And it was the film school and creative writing, because I took a couple creative writing classes that I loved a lot. So I was also thinking but anyway, yeah, so all like creative stuff. And then I kind of started, I don't know, I had a couple semesters in the beginning where I was just trying out different classes. And I guess it was just documentary was the one that like I liked the most. We had a great teacher for our documentary class, so that could have also, not that I didn't have great teachers for all the, all the teachers are great, but I realized also I wasn't loving like the narratives. I think I liked some of it, but I didn't love it when it was like a class and I was being graded on. Similar to, like with like dance, when I kind of didn't enjoy doing it as much when it was like gonna be for like a job and you need to do it.
Interesting.
There's my question coming from that because I'm also really into dance and I'm actually declaring dance minor this semester.
Really?
Well, at least I'm trying. I'm taking ballet.
Okay.
I love the teacher, but damn, everybody's there like a ballerina. Anyway. So why philosophy is second major, not dance as minor?
So my dad was a philosophy teacher and I took a bunch of philosophy classes in high school. So we would kind of, like I would talk to my dad, we would kind of talk about like different like philosophical topics, I guess sometimes. And I always found it interesting. I guess, like, no, it is cool. I think part of the why I said it like that is like if I think about it too much, sometimes it like freaks me. Like why the like. There's some big questions there that are sort of scary.
I just read the corridors.
But I think, so I knew it was something I liked, and then why I actually wanted to declare it, besides just like the credits, it would work with the major. But I think from the philosophy classes that I'd taken, I found that it kind of helped me with just like everything else that was kind of happening in my life, especially any other like academic classes. Like I think it helps me find topics, also with like sometimes when we have to interview people, helps me with like talking to them. It definitely helps me a lot when either watching like my own stuff back or when we're in class watching other people's and like kind of how to talk about it and like articulate something that you kind of want to say and that kind of thing.
since you're so like new, right, to this,
Yes.
to Dodge, what are you most excited about?
What am I most excited about? One thing that I've done a little bit of, and I'm excited to keep doing it, is just like getting to be around really cool equipment. Because that's like new to me.
Like you want to be more on set.
Yes. Yeah, being on set, I've learned like like I don't know anything, or I mean, I've learned some things now, but like before I didn't know what anything did on set. So kind of learning through that. I have a class this semester that's like in the TV control room. We get to like hit all the buttons and and it's very fun. So I'm excited to like, get to keep getting to learn, and then hopefully also like get better at using it too, so I don't have to ask. Right now I need a lot of guidance, but hopefully we'll get better with that soon.
Oh, that's sweet. That's nice.
Okay.
Do you have any goals? Like something very like, how do we spice this up? Like a long-term goal and a short-term goal.
A long-term goal? Okay, so things have sort of changed this semester since I was pretty sure applying to the major that I wanted to do documentary. I'm still really interested in that, but also now like doing things like live TV is like very fun. Like in one of my classes, we watched a video of this guy like live direct. It was like a Tony Awards or something, and he was like yelling at the people, like cut the camera. Like it was very cool. So, so that's also now. It's like I'm sort of unsure of if I want to do documentary or broadcast. So maybe a short-term goal would be to figure that out. And then a long-term goal,
You're still kind of undeclared, but now with the documentary, you're like still catching up on that.
Still have to figure out.
I'm pretty undecisive at times. That's what it comes across. And then a long-term goal would be, this would be more like the live TV thing, but like some kind of like camera operator or like technical director for maybe sports, but also like Dancing with the Stars I love, or SNL. I don't know.
Ooh, SNL.
Yeah, SNL. Yeah, that would be fun too. Like some like live TV now is like what I'm set on as. Like those are like big, I guess long-term goals in the future.
Damn.
Yep.
Do you want to pop in the frame?
Do you want
to pop up?
Yay!
She was in a podcast.
By the way, watch the second episode with Caroline about her process of
ditching NYU Tish for Chapman.
Undeclared is such a field that
It's such a field.
like you don't really talk about it that much. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like, yeah, you can do undeclared, but no one really knows what you do when you're undeclared. Like, you kind of, I don't know, I haven't really met anyone undeclared, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you're stepping on that a little field.
But it's nice that it worked out for you, right? Because like you feel happy where you are.
Yes.
Like, you were undecided, you weren't really sure what you were gonna do, but then you took a stab at Dodge, you got in, and now you have like a lot of opportunities.
I think that's a cool thing about American education in general. When you're in Russia, for example, like at the end of high school, you already need to know where you're going, and you pass exams for that major already. And you can still switch majors in college sometimes. In Russia, you just go for that major, and if you want to do another one, you need to pass exams again, and you need to reapply again.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So what I love about liberal education, liberal arts, is that there's even such a thing as undeclared. You can just come in, do your GEs, and then figure it out in college. Which is nice.
It's not too late to.
Never said never.
Never too late.
I don't know if this is helpful for the podcast, but I have one friend who also came in undeclared. This is sort of a story of, because you said it worked out for me and it went really well. It didn't go so well. A very, very good friend of mine. So he also came in undeclared. We met like orientation week, so we've known each other all throughout college. And he wanted, I don't know exactly when he realized it, but pretty early on in his time at college, he realized that he wanted to be a film prod major, emphasis in like he knew what he wanted his emphasis to be, and it was really specific. Like he wanted something super specific. He applied like once to film prod and he didn't get in the first time. But then I know some people who that happened, they just applied again, but something with like the credits, I guess Dodge won't let you apply after 60 credits. So he like couldn't apply again.
Okay.
I know, I didn't know that. So if I didn't get in last semester, I also would not be
able to.
Yeah, I would have been in the same situation. Like, so yeah, he couldn't apply again. But I think, so he was really, since he was so set though on doing film prod, he's gonna wind up transferring next semester. To hopefully still a school in the area, because
like leaving the school,
like transferring from Chapman,
because he did not get into the film.
Yeah, because he has too many credits now to apply for film prod, so he would have to pick a major. He's still undeclared. He would have to pick something like outside of Dodge, which he doesn't really want to do. Okay. So, yeah. So he's applying to a different.
So I feel like thanks for sharing that, because like then people can see like.
Yeah, like be aware of your credits.
Right, there's a risk factor.
There is
and have a backup plan.
Yep.
So with that in mind, would we all? It's like a discussion for all, right? Would it be better for people to kind of know, like if they want to do film prod, they just like, you know, they're confident with their choosing and just apply right away from the start to begin with, or do you think that's something?
That's a very nice question, because we literally have person who applied to film prod right away, person who switched within Dodge, and person who undeclared and got into Dodge.
So damn, that's tricky. That is tricky.
It is tricky. Yeah, because there's sides, like one side is that if you wait a little longer, you can like kind of, because he was like taking Dodge classes, so he like got some letters of recommend. I think he got letters of rec from the teacher, and like had his projects from class to kind of help him practice for the applications. I don't know. So there's good things to waiting, but then I don't know. It's also the risk of the credits. I don't know.
Film prod specifically, I think it's very risky no matter where you are in Dodge or you're undeclared. To just set in your mind that this is the only thing you want to do, because if you want to switch or you're undeclared, it's way harder. It's 7% just in general, even when you just apply to Dodge, right? But like imagine what percentage it is when someone is switching to that major. Like it's even less, I'm sure. I think you might be even the only person who actually switched it to film prod within Dodge. Because the cases in Dodge, when you switch to film prod, a lot of people apply, but literally like want to get it.
Yeah,
if you know for sure you want to do film prod, it's probably better to apply right away to that.
Right after high school or.
High school, or if you're transferring.
What you said about like kind of if you just want to like get in Dodge and you're deciding between applying to documentary or film prod, I would say apply to documentary, because it's definitely
it will be easier to get into Dodge.
Yes, then so it it depends where. If you want to be in like film prod only, then apply to film prod.
I agree. Going back to that guy, when he was applying to Chapman, did he apply to Dodge or did he? No. Okay.
He applied to Undeclared, right?
Yeah. Undeclared. I see.
Yep. Yeah, and then I don't know when he actually realized that he wanted to apply to film prod. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is something that
to keep in mind. If you think you're gonna get into Chapman undeclared and then you're gonna be like, hey, let's do film prod, think about it twice.
Think about it.
It's possible, but it's hard. I don't know.
Yes, it's hard. I think that was it, right? Most of it. I think we covered everything. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much for sharing and coming and.
And congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, this was Lauren. We're gonna put our Instagram or something here above our heads. Okay. To reach out if you guys have questions. But thank you, Lauren.
Thank you
everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
And apply to Chapman even if you're undeclared.
Bye.
See you next episode.
Goodbye.
Bye.